Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Om Akhandananda Sambodha Vandanat Yasya Jayate Govindam Tamaham Vande Chidananda Tanum Gurum. So yesterday we saw Yavanna Tattvamadayoho Artha Samyak Vicharyate Yavad Na Vicharyate Tavadevan Ram Bandaha Mritya Samsara Lakshanaha. Until and unless you don't properly inquire into the tattvam, tat and tvam words of tattvamasi, only till then you are bound. Only till then there is bondage for the beings. Bondage of the nature of death, which is samsara. Okay? So, only till there is bondage, which is samsara, which is of the nature of death, birth and death, cycle of birth and death. Okay. Now, what is this release from bondage? So, he says, Satchida avastha satchidananda akhandekaru rasarupini mumukṣorbhavamuktaye vākyārtha aparoksha jñātavyo avastha, that state with respect to the waking dream, etc. states and other states. Because chaturtham manyante sa atma sa vidyate Mandukya Upanishad says very clearly says it is accepted as fourth. Chaturtham manyante, it doesn't say chaturtham iti. This is the fourth. Chaturtham manyante, they accept it to be the fourth state with respect to the other states. Okay, so that is not state. That is why it has to be said manyante. Okay, so moksha siddhyati, that kind of moksha, which is a sat, chit, ananda, akhanda, ekarasa. There are 5 distinct natures which are said regarding the moksha. It is not akhanda ekarasa rupa. It is not akhanda ekarasa. It is akhanda ekarasa. Meaning sat, existence, chit, knowledge, ananda, bliss, akhanda, non-dual, ekarasa, transformationless, changeless. Okay, so this is the nature of bliss. This is the nature of self, which one gains. That moksha he gains. How? Vākyārtha aparoksha jñānataḥ. Through the immediate knowledge. Aparoksha means mediate. Aparoksha means immediate. Through the immediate knowledge of the meaning of the statement. Who gains it? Satāṃ. Satāṃ means a person who understands existence is, or who understands himself to be existence. His inherent nature to be existence. So, both. But we are not talking about the second one, because one who is interested in existence is what we are talking about. One who is interested in knowledge of the existence is what we are talking about. So, that seeker, Satāṃ, he gains that bliss, that state. Vākyārtha eva jñātavyo mumukṣorbhavamuktaye tasmādavahito bhūtvā śrūyatāṃ samāsataḥ. Vākyārtha eva jñātavyo mumukṣorbhavamuktaye tasmādavahito bhūtvā śrūyatāṃ samāsataḥ. Beautiful. So he says mumukṣoho satāṃ, he said earlier. Now he says mumukṣoho. That person who desires moksha, that is not just a desire, who has a very, very determined desire. In Tattvabodha, etc. text, we says moksho me vidyate dvidhā. Moksha ichha is mumuksha. According to Sanskrit, moksha ichha mumuksha. Over. But when we describe about mukshu, we say moksha ichha yasya asti iti mukshu. Like that we can explain. But he explains very clearly as one who has dridha ichha. The desire is not a passing desire, a very concrete desire. Meaning you don't desire anything else other than moksha. Moksha also, and also no. There is no choice here. That is why liberation is choiceless liberation. That is also the reason liberation is choiceless liberation. Okay? So, mumukṣoho, for this mukshu, bhavamuktaye, bhava, samsara of the nature of bondage which is of the nature of birth and death. So that samsara, from that is why I had to start from that shloka. Muktaye, to get relieved from that bondage. vākyārtha eva jñātavyah. There he said vākyārtha eva jñātavyah. Samyak tattvam padayoh arthah samyak vicharyate, na vicharyate. Now he says vākyārtha eva jñātavyah. Tattvam padayoh arthah is vākyārtha. So one who understands, he has to inquire only into this tattam and tattantam, this mahavakya. Okay? He has to know only this, nothing else. He need not know anything else. Only this is to be known. Tasma, therefore, avahito bhūtvā. Avahito bhūtvā śrūnu. Avahitaḥ, I explained avahitaḥ, the word to be from two root words. Bahaprapane, to be carried away. To not be carried away is avahitaḥ. So, not being carried away by different thoughts to the external, by external objects. Rakshane, to protect. By protecting your mind from being from going outside. Okay? Whichever way, the idea of avahita means to control your mind, to have focus. Okay? Bhūtvā, having focus, gaining focus. Śrūnu, listen to it. So, there are two things which are stressed. One is a vākyārtha jnana, the knowledge of the statement, tattvamasi mahavakya statement. Okay? Second is a avahito śrūnu, listen carefully. So, if you stress a point twice, you are interested in giving more importance to those ideas. So, there are two ideas here. One is a listen carefully. The other is a you have to know only this, nothing else. Okay? So, samāsataḥ vakṣye. I am going to say it in brief. I told you while explaining earlier, there are two paddhatis, there are two methodologies to explain anything. One is samasa paddhati, the other is vyasa paddhati. Samasa is explaining in brief. Vyasa means elaborate. So, we are not going to elaborate everything because the disciple also knows, we already knew that. So, samasena, because he himself declared, while asking the question, he said, there are two meanings that for understanding the statement, there are two meanings. One is word meaning and the other is the implied meaning. So, what is the problem? Because you said pratyakshādibhedena, that you said there is a contradiction with pratyaksha, etc., pramanas. So, direct perception, etc. So, what is the contradiction if we accept the word meaning? What is the implied meaning? And why will there be no contradiction if we accept the implied meaning? And finally, which kind of implied meaning? So, he has some idea of this. So, he doesn't need all these explanations, elaborate explanations. So, samasena. According to the disciple, the answer. That is why he says, samāsataḥ vakṣye. I am going to explain you in brief. Okay. Arthā bahuvidhāḥ proktā vākyānāṃ paṇḍitottamaiḥ vācyalakṣyādibhedena prastutaṃ śrūyatāṃ maya tvayā. Arthāḥ bahuvidhāḥ proktāḥ vākyānāṃ paṇḍitottamaiḥ vācyalakṣyādibhedena prastutaṃ śrūyatāṃ tvayā. So, paṇḍitottamaiḥ, by uttama paṇḍitaiḥ, expert panda yasya astiti panditaḥ, one who has knowledge, a person who is expert in this knowledge, with regard to this knowledge, paṇḍitottamaiḥ. Okay, now vācyalakṣyādibhedena arthā, vākyānāṃ arthā. This meaning of this statement is explained in two types, bheda, in two types. One is a vācya, other is lakṣya. One is word and the other is implied. Okay, now bahuvidhāḥ proktāḥ, in multiple ways. Two is multiple. Okay, so proktāḥ. Prastutaṃ tvayā śrūnu, which is begun, should be listened by you. That is a simple way to understand. But yedu tvayā prastutam, that is how you have to understand. That which you begun, you ask the question. I was explaining very peacefully. Then in between you said, oh Guru, please Guru, please Guru. And I am going to. This is what you asked. So, tvayā yat prastutam, by that which is asked by you, that I am going to explain. Śrūyatāṃ, listen to me. Śrūyatāṃ, that's an order actually. Listen. Okay? Now, vākye tattvamasītyatra vidyate yatpadatrayam tatrādau vidyamānasya tatpadasya nigadyate. Vākye tad tvam asi ityatra vidyate yatpadatrayam tatrādau vidyamānasya tatpadasya nigadyate. Tattvamasīti vākye. In the statement, the ultimate statement which we mean, in the statement tattvamasi, what is statement actually? We are not referring to mahavakya, vakya, that's all. But what is a vakya? What is a statement? Multiple words, a statement. In Sanskrit, we don't accept that kind of stupidity. Multiple words cannot be statement. Multiple words cannot be statement. Like pot, cot, cloth is not a statement. It's not a statement. So a statement is explained as a ekating vakyam. Vakyam means statement. What is statement? Ekating. Eka means one. Thing means the verb. That which has one verb is called statement. It's called a sentence. A sentence is that which has one verb. It should have one verb. Pot, cloth, etc. does not have one verb. Even if it has one verb, that is a statement. Even if it is individually a verb, going, go, that's a verb. That's a sentence. Go is not a word, it's a sentence. So, ekating vakyam, one, a statement is that which has one verb. And here we have tat tvam asi. Asi is a verb. Okay. So, in that statement, in tattvamasi statement, yatpadatrayam, that which three words exist. Tad tvam asi. Three words exist. Vidyate, tatra, among that, ādau vidyamānasya, that which is existing in the first place. In the statement of tad tvam asi, what is the first word? Ādau vidyamānasya padasya, that which is the first word. The first word in the tattvamasi is asi. The first word in the tattvamasi is tvam. The first word in the tattvamasi statement is tat. What is the confusion? We have in knowledge, at least to understand this tat tvam asi, there first is tat. We know that, right? But why am I confused? Because there is a possibility of confusion here. What is the possibility? In any language, there is a syntax. There are some languages which follow subject, object, verb. There are some other languages which follow object, subject, verb. Okay. So this SVO we call it. So here SVO or SOV, etc. Here in Sanskrit, there is no rule like that. You can say tat tvam asi or asi tvam tat, whichever way. There are 9 possibilities of permutation and combination. Any which way you say, it refers to the same sentence. Now, asi tvam tad, what is the first word? Asi. But that is not what we are interested in, right? So, tat tvam asi. In that, tat is the first word. Yad ādau vidyamānasya tatpadasya. This is simple, but why do you have to say that? Why does Bhagavan Bhashyakara need to explain in tattvamasi the first word which is tat? This is childish. Even you know, I don't have to say childish. Even you understand it. Why does not Bhagavan Bhashyakara understand it? That's an important point. That is why he is referring to this again. That which exists in the first place, which is tatpada. There is a very great secret in this. What is the secret? We have discussed there are different possibilities to understand the tattvamasi. Tattvam asi. Asi is the verb. Is, are. So let us leave that. Tat is tvam. So tattvam, that word. So let us leave the is for now. Tat tvam. Tat tvam, one word. In samasa, samasa is not samāsataḥ, brief. Samasa is a concomiting a word. When you concatenating a word, when you are combining 2-3 words together and forming one word, that concatenating is called as a samasa. Okay. Now, when you add 2 words, a word is that which has in its end the suffix of verb or a noun. Okay, so a nominal suffix or a verbal suffix, that which has is a word. Now, tat tvam, if you are going to re-engineer it, reverse engineering it, so it can be broken as a tena tvam, tasmādavahito, tasya, tasmin. We saw this. Tena tvam, because of that you are. Tattvamasī, tena tvam asi. If I am going to break it like that, because of him you are, or her you are. Tasmādavahito, because of that Ishvara you are. Tasya, you are in that Ishvara. You are in that, whatever that is. Tasmin, you are in it. Tasya, you belong to him. Tasmin, you are in it. So, tena, because of him. Tasmāt, because of him again. Tasya, belong to him. Tasmin, in him. So, there are all these possibilities. When you break a word, tattvam especially, it can be broken. If it is a samasa, it can be broken in these different comical ways. So, Bhagavan Bhashyakara stresses a point, it should not be broken in any of these words. Because tasmāt, when, okay, how do you do samasa? Tasmātvam, let us say tasmātvam. Okay, tasmāt, when you add 2 words, the nominal case gets dropped. Okay, so tad plus tvam, tattvam. Tasya, tad plus tvam. Tasmin, tad plus tvam. Any which way, it is only tad plus tvam. Okay, so these are all possibilities which the dualist will bring in. So Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, tatpadasya ādo vidyamānasya tatpadasya. First word is tat. Why? Tatvamasi. In the Vedic chanting, there are different ways, checks to make you understand or read it properly without any error. That is why the Vedic chanting is coming from time immemorial till now. It is the same, without a change in a character or intonation. Okay. So, tatvamasi, they will read it like that first. Then, padapatha, when you break the words, tad iti, tvam iti, asi iti, something like that. Okay. Tad, tvam, asi iti, tatvamasi, like that they will break. They will not break it as tasmāt, tasmin, etc. So, when you break a word, they break it as tad, especially in this place. Okay. So, tatpadasya ādo vidyamānasya. That is the strength of this statement. Otherwise, it is very easy to understand the first word as tat. Why do we have to write a shloka on that? This is the point. Okay. Nigadyate. It is going to be explained by us. śāstrārthakovidairartho arthā vācyo lakṣya iti dvidhā vācyārtha te pravakṣyāmi vācyārthaṃ te pravakṣyāmi paṇḍitairya udīritaḥ. śrūyatāṃ arthā vācyo lakṣya iti dvidhā vācyārthaṃ te pravakṣyāmi paṇḍitairya udīritaḥ. śrūyatāṃ. Earlier he said paṇḍitottamaiḥ. Here he is replacing that paṇḍitottamaiḥ with śrūyatāṃ. Those who are expert in the knowledge of shastras. That is, shastrajnana is panda. Okay. So, śrūyatāṃ, the people who have the clear knowledge of the meaning of the words in the Vedas, in the Shastras. Vacyalakṣya iti arthā dvidhā udīritaḥ. They have explained, they have said the meaning of the word to be of two types, vācya and arthā. Okay. Now, yah paṇḍitaihi udīritaḥ vācyārthaḥ te pravakṣyāmi. That which vācyārtha, the word meaning which is explained, accepted by the panditas, the experts, that I am going to say. Okay, pravakṣyāmi, prakrishṭena vakṣyāmi, I am going to explain clearly. So, since he said pravakṣyāmi, he is using 3.5 shlokas. Samashtirupamajñānam sabhāsam sattvabrunhitam vidyate svakaryena samanvitam chaitanyam tadavacchinnam samyajñānādi lakṣyanam sarvajñateshvaratvantaryamittvādi gunairyutam jagat śrūyatāṃ samhartuttvādi dharmakam sarvātmanābhāsamanam yat ameyam gunaischa tat avyaktam aparam brahma vācyārtha iti kathyate. Samashti rupam ajñānam sabhāsam sattvabrunhitam vidyate svakaryena samanvitam chaitanyam tadavacchinnam satyajñānādi lakṣyanam sarvajñateshvaratvantaryamittvādi gunaihi yutam jagat srashtritva patrutva samhartrittvādi dharmakam sarvatmana bhasamanam yad ameyam gunaischa tat avyaktam aparam brahma vācyārtha iti kathyate. Okay. Sabhāsam. Abhasa means shadow. The reflection of shadow. The shadow reflection. That's what we mean here. Abhasam. There are three schools of thought in Vedanta. We said this earlier. One is avacchinnavada, association. Okay. Second is bimba pratimimbavada, reflection. Third is abhasavada, also reflection. That is why I had to say add shadow. The pratibimbavada and abhasavada seem to be similar, but they are not same or similar. Though there is reflection accepted in both the places, in bimba pratimimbavada, the difference is in bimba pratimimbavada, they accept both bimba and pratibimba, the reflected and the reflection, as real. But in abhasavada, the reflected is accepted to be real. Chaitanya, self is accepted to be real. But its reflection on maya or ignorance or whatever, that is not real. That is illusory. Abhasa. Okay? Saha abhasa iti sabhasa. Associated with abhasa. Endowed with abhasa. First. Sattva vrinhitam. Associated. Vrinhita. Associated with sattva. Associated with sattvika quality. He is associated with those people. That. When you say acquaintance, passing by meeting is not accepted as association. A thick contact, a thick relationship is what is called as association. A strong relationship is what is called as association, right? So when we say associate with sattva, it's not a small kind of quality of sattva. Abundance of sattva. Okay? So associated with reflection, shadow reflection, associated with the sattvic quality in abundance. Okay? 2. Vyedādi virādanta svakaryena samanvitam. Samanvitam, associated. What is it associated now with? Vyedādi virādanta svakaryena. Vyedādi, beginning from vyat, virād anta, ending with virat. Svakaryena, its effect. Okay, so endowed with its effect. What is the effect we are talking about? Atmana akasha sambhutaha oshadibhyo annam annat purushaha. So right from akasha vyat till the purusha with all the effect. So while describing this, we said prajna, taijasa, etc. So Ishvara Virat. That Virat is what we are talking about here. Okay. Now, so 3 association. One is association with the reflection. shadow reflection, let us say, associated with a predominant sattvic quality. Third is associated with the effects. What is associated with all this? Samashti rupam ajnanam, the ignorance which is a samashti, collective. So we spoke about two types of ignorance. One is collective ignorance and the other is a individual ignorance. Collective forest, individual tree. Samashti, Veshti. Samashti ajnana, collective ignorance, is given the name of a Maya. Individual ignorance, Veshti ajnana, is given the name Avidya. Okay, so collective ignorance has three qualities: associated with the shadow reflection, associated with the sattvic quality in abundance, associated with the predominance, associated with the effects. Okay, three qualities for the Maya. Samashti ajnana means Maya, right? I am replacing it with Maya. Okay, now tadavachinna chaitanyam. Its association with Chaitanya. Association with or avachinna is embodiment. Whichever way, doesn't really. That limiting agent of Chaitanya. That which is limiting agent for Chaitanya. What is limiting agent? This Maya is limiting agent for Chaitanya. Limited. See, I don't have to say Chaitanya. Tadavachinna Chaitanya. When I say pot or cloth, inherently you have to understand pot avachinna Chaitanya, cloth associated consciousness, pot associated consciousness, table associated. When I say whatever I say, you have to always associated with consciousness. Anything associated with consciousness. I associated with consciousness. Whatever associated with consciousness. Anything you say that is associated with consciousness. That is why, since consciousness association is common, we are not discussing about that. We are discussing about I, you, and pot, etc. Okay. So when I say ajnana, samashti ajnana, Maya definitely associated with consciousness. Tadavachinna chaitanya. So Maya is the limiting adjunct for this consciousness here. Okay. Now, what is this Chaitanya? We know what Maya is. It has three specialities. What is Chaitanya? Satya jnanadi lakshanam. That which is of the nature of existence, knowledge, bliss, etc. We know that. Okay? We just now saw existence, knowledge, bliss, then non-dual and or absolute and changeless. Chat, chit, ananda, akhanda, ekarasa. Satya jnanadi lakshanam. Okay? So we know Maya, we know Chaitanya. Okay. Now, Maya associated consciousness, what is that? That is what he says. Sarvajña, Ishvaratva, Antaryamitva, Gunaihi Yutam. Which is endowed with these qualities, these characters. What is that? Sarvajña. Sarva, because it is the beginning of the samasa, you can add it to all the other words. Sarvajña, Sarveshwaratva, Sarvantaryamitva, etc. Sarva Ishwaratva, he is Sarvajñatva, he is all-knowing. Sarva Ishwaratva, he is the ruler of everything, he is Lord of everything. Okay, and Sarva Antaryamita, he is the indweller in everything. This is the inherent nature, Gunehi, the inherent nature for this Ishvara, the quality of this Ishvara. Okay, if you talk about Guna, what is his karma? Guna karmi, that is what Bhagavan says in Gita, right? So these are his gunas. What is his karma? What is his activity? So that he says, Jagat Srashtutva Patrutva Samhartattvadi Dharmakam. He has the duty, he has the quality, he has the activity of a Jagat Srashtutva Patrutva Samhartatva. Jagat Srashtutva, Jagat Patrutva, Jagat Samhartatva. Meaning of creation. Jagat Srashtutva. Jagat Patrutva, parakṣyāmi, to protect, sustenance. Jagat Samhartatva, Samhara, destruction. But we said Samhara means merging. So he merges in himself. So creation, sustenance, and merging. These three, which is his inherent nature, Sarvatmana Bhasamanam. that which shines a self of everyone. That's a beautiful way of explaining. Or that shines as their self for everyone. That is also another beautiful way. But sarvatmana bhasamanam means that which shines as everything. That is why he said pot associated consciousness. There is pot consciousness associated with pot, etc. That is why this pot, etc. has existence. Therefore, that which shines as all these beings, all these objects, all these things, sarvatmana, all these things, bhasamanam, that which shines, gunaihi ameyam cha, and that which is not understood, cognized through the gunas. Because whatever you see, whatever you use, they are all through the gunas. Sattva, rajas and tamas. The whole thing is a product of sattva, rajas and tamas, right? So, through this sattva, rajas and tamas, the product of sattva and rajas and tamas, you cannot understand it. Meya means objectify. Object. Meya means objectify. Meya means objectify. Meya means object. Meya means objectify. Ameyam, you cannot objectify. Mimang mane, to measure. You cannot measure, you cannot understand it through any of these gunas. Because whatever you see, whatever is through the gunas, is a product of gunas. So you cannot understand it through that. What is that? Avyaktam, unmanifest. That which is not very clearly expressed. So avyaktam. Yadu aparam brahma, that which is aparam brahma. Aparam Brahma, inferior Brahman. Param Brahma, superior Brahman. There is inferior Brahman, there is superior Brahman. There is no inferior or superior in Brahman. To say the character, the saguna, sakara as, we say saguna, sakara as aparam Brahma. Nirguna, nirakara as param Brahma. Saguna, sakara, attributed and with form. That is a aparam Brahma, and attributeless without form, that is param Brahma. Okay, that which is attributed and with form, that aparam Brahma, vākyārtha tad iti katyate. That is tad vākyārtha. That is the tad means that. That is the word meaning. That is how it is said. Okay, but tad vākyārtha means not that is the word meaning. The word meaning of that, the word tad, is what is said like this. What is the word meaning of that? Maya avachinna chaitanyam. What is Maya? The whole thing. Sabhasam, endowed with a reflected shadow reflection, endowed with a predominance of sattva, endowed with a the what is the third thing Maya is endowed with? The creation, every creation, the effect. Okay, these are associated with the Maya. Consciousness, sattva jnanadi. Okay, now what is this Maya vachina chaitanya? Is referred to as Ishvara. What is Ishvara? One who is all knowing, all pervading, etc. Okay, now what is this? Where is he? He cannot be seen through your means of right knowledge, which is all a product of the gunas. Okay, then fine. Does he not exist? He exists. But how does he exist? In an unmanifest state. Okay, and that aparam Brahma is what is referred to with the word tad. The word meaning of tad. Okay, we'll see this. Om Purnamadaḥ Purnamidam Purnāt Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.